So how do you know when you've cured your insomnia once and for all, when you're never going back, where you've got that line in the sand, where you cross the finish line and you say, you know what, I'm a good sleeper, I'm just like everyone else? And that's an incredibly important question to answer, because if you've been on this channel for a while, you may be there already, and you'll be causing yourself a lot of suffering if you keep doing more, making more effort, when you've already got to the place where you want to be at. So obviously, if you're new to the channel, if you're still doing loads of behaviours to try and force yourself to sleep, if you're terrified of the bed in the bedroom, if you're obsessed with your sleep, you're not going to be there yet, and you're not even going to be at a stage where you can even start thinking about being there yet. But trust me, start watching my videos, grab my online sleep program, you will eventually get to that stage. But if you are there, if you've been doing all the work that I've been outlining in my videos, perhaps this question's starting to niggle. When am I going to get that fanfare? When is Joe going to turn up on horseback, present me with a scroll, go boop, 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 and then declare that my insomnia is now gone and it is now, I'm now a normal sleeper again? Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is I'm never going to rock up on horseback. You know, I used to for my clients in the early days, but hay started getting expensive and I got a little bit busier. So I don't do that anymore. But what I can say is that whilst that day will never come, you will eventually reach a stage where you can honestly and truthfully say to yourself, you know what, my sleep isn't perfect, but it is good enough. And that is the time you know you are free of your insomnia, when you realize, you know what, it's been 3-4 days and I haven't thought about my sleep at all, and I've not limited my life at all because of my insomnia. I've not been on, you know, the internet googling articles, I've not been looking at the next supplement. I'm having the occasional poor night of sleep now and again, and instead of panicking and obsessing and thinking there's something wrong and something I need to fix, yeah, I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I'm okay with it, and I don't try and fix anything. It's just this slow realization. It's not this fanfare, it's not these fireworks, it's just a kind of a gentle understanding that you've detached, that you're thinking less, you're obsessing less, and you know, you're there. And it kind of creeps up on you slowly. But this realization, you're never going to get there unless you learn and understand, really deeply understand one crucial thing when it comes to your sleep. Like I said earlier, there will never be such a thing as perfect sleep. There can only ever be good enough, and it's so important that I really drive this point home. You've probably heard me say on this channel a few times, you know, good sleepers don't sleep perfectly every single night. You know, in my experience, they only sleep well about 80% of the time. And why is it so important for you to understand this, get that real deep understanding of this? Because if you're asking for perfect sleep, you're going to be always suffering, because sleep by its very nature is designed to be imperfect. And I've said a lot on this channel, you know, people with insomnia, they tend to have perfectionist personalities, you know, 4 times more likely to be type A personality and have insomnia. So very strong link between type A personalities, perfectionist thinking, and insomnia. So if you're always on the lookout, you know, my sleep is improving, but I want it better. I'm sleeping well 6 out of 7 nights. I want to get that 7th. I want to have the time where I can go out clubbing in the night time and then get back to bed and fall asleep like that. I want to go have the time where I can stay in a hotel and sleep perfectly. I want to get to the point where I can, you know what I mean, just have perfect sleep no matter what. And Great quote by one of my favourite bubbly Buddhists. Suffering is asking from the world what it can never give you. Now sleep, it is inherently designed to be imperfect. Loads of safety mechanisms are built into our sleep. The startle response, for example, where if you hear a noise during the night time, you'll wake up, you'll then analyse that noise, fall back to sleep if it's not something you need to respond to, like a car driving past your window, someone checking your door handle, instantly awake, instantly alert. That's one of the safety mechanisms. That's one of the imperfections built into your sleep. The fact that you wake up at the top of every single sleep cycle, and even good sleepers and even normal sleepers will be waking up multiple times throughout the night. That's another imperfection built into sleep. The fact that your brain can take on a new pattern of sleep based on its environment. So often people say, well, I don't sleep as well in hotels. Well, no one does. That's because you're in a new environment. Your brain, your body doesn't know it's safe yet. So it will take on a very thin, fragmented pattern of sleep where you've got a lot of alertness during the night time. That is imperfection. The brain deliberately taking on a pattern of sleep to keep you safe. And so the reason why it does this is because it's only been, you know, a comparatively short amount of time that we've had these lovely houses with locked doors and foot spas and comfy beds. And so when we were cavemen, sleep would have been the most dangerous thing we ever could have done. And so the person that would have gone unconscious for 7 hours and never woken up, they'd have been the one who'd have been gnashed by a wolf and would have not been able to pass on their genes. So suffering is asking from the world what it can never give you. 6 billion people on the planet do not have perfect sleep. You can never have perfect sleep either. I know you're probably a perfectionist. I know you want it to be perfect. I know you want to be able to control it and guarantee that you will never get a poor night of sleep. It is absolutely impossible. I want a perfect beard. I'm growing it out at the moment. All I've got is, you know, at worst, you know, quite a tasty, nice beard. At best, a proper, well, lush beard. But it's not absolutely perfect. You know, let me know in the comment section what you think it is, tasty or lush. I could table a few other options as well. Hunkalicious also is there as well. Don't want to sway you either way. But yeah, not a perfect beard, but it is good enough. And you will never get perfect sleep. You'll never get a perfect tree in the forest. They're always going to be gnarled. They're always going to be crooked. They're always going to have limbs missing. But nature is by its very essence imperfect. Sleep by its very essence is imperfect. So when do you know that you are finally free of your insomnia? You know you're finally free of your insomnia when you can finally truthfully say, you know what? My behaviours may not be perfect, but they're good enough. My sleep may not be perfect, but it's good enough. My sleep is good enough. I don't want to change anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything different. Good enough is good enough. All right, sleepz.com if you want to get to the point of good enough. I've got a sleep program on there, step by step, week by week, that will take you from insomnia to that relaxed, calm, happy feeling where you're sleeping like everyone else. Not expensive, amazing course. It's got a workbook with it, it's got hours of videos, it's got support from me. Absolutely, you're gonna love it. It's on the website, and so I hope you do, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye 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 bye.